What is up, Pokepeeps and Masters? This is Russ here, PokeRuss here, and we are back for another Deck Tech for Dragon Ball. Deck Tech is a series where I pick a deck either created by me or my crew, or you guys, and go over the deck, go over its nuances and all of its things that go on about the deck, how it works and how it can be broken, and all that kind of stuff. So, this week, usually I don't pick a deck submitted by the same person twice, but this one actually was submitted by a person from my locals. We had a event at Bottom Dollar Trading Cards this past weekend called Angels of Gods. Pretty cool event. Lots of prizes given away. Like I said, Bottom Dollar is a great event place and card retailer, so check them out. Link will be in the description for Bottom Dollar as well as other things. But if you want to see any of their events, we stream them live on Twitch usually, and then I upload the events the week after. So actually you'll see this deck in action this weekend in the finals. So that's exciting. If you wanted to see a top tier kind of deck in action, you'll see it this weekend. So how can you submit a deck tech? Have you won a locals, or do you just have a deck that's kind of spicy? You can either do it one of three ways. You can submit in the description box down, or in the comment section down below. There's an email address you can send it to in the description box, and there is also a Discord you can join and chat with other Dragon Ball players as well. So, let's get into this. First, before we get into this, I do want to make sure you guys know about t-shirts over at my Teespring. The link is in the description box as well. We have these cool new little art for the channel and all that kind of stuff, so if you ever thought about maybe supporting me, that's the best place to do it, and you get a cool little t-shirt. These hoodies will be available soon as well, the PokeRuss hoodies, but let's get into the deck, because that's why you're here. So, we have Shenron leader. You're probably going to see not a lot of deck profiles with me go over the same leader, but this is one of them. We've done another deck profile since this leader's come out with the Trunks deck, and this leader is just pretty freaking powerful. One, it's the fastest Dragon Ball leader, because it searches up 2 Dragon Balls per turn. Pretty crazy. And then you pick up a Desire, and you have Shenron. Shenron's biggest thing is obviously its final attack, which is remove all 7 Dragon Balls from the game. If you do choose one of your battle cards, it gains plus 10,000 power and triple attack for the duration of the turn. So, with that leg makes a lot of creatures, characters, like boss monsters, basically. So, we went over this in the Trunks deck with how Trunks is the end boss and all that kind of stuff, because they just have, they have triple attack they have triple strike, and you just give them a triple attack, and it's just, like, devastating. It's absolutely devastating. So, there's your leader, and this deck has a couple different boss monsters. One, it has Demigra. Demigra is the ultimate from Colossal Warfare, or one of them. It is a Dark Overwhelm 7, 5 energy. When this card attacks, your opponent reveals their hand. Choose 4 battle cards and combo with them into your combo area. It has ultimate and it's triple strike. Pretty friggin' snazzy. Pop cards, get rid of cards from their hand. Triple strike, triple attack. Already endgamer right there. Because there is ways, well, you actually can never give this triple strike. I lied. You can never give this triple attack because of the way Dark Overwhelm works. But still, amazing card to help you set up for victory. It literally rips 4 cards out of your opponent's hand. That's absolutely insane. Absolutely crazy. So, there's Demigra. He's one of your finishers. One of your other finishers is Gogeta. It's a 7 cost Gogeta. You can bring it out for 5 with fusion. You can fuse in this deck, but most of the time you're monster boarding this, because this deck abuses the crud out of World Peace. You're running 4 copies of World Peace. Might as well call this Monster Reborn, because that's how broke it is, and it's insane. So, Gogeta, the revived warrior. So you can fuse into it if you want to go on turn 5. It has triple strike, barrier, deflect, and sparking 10. When you play this card, if you have 5 or more energy, choose one of your life, add it to your drop area, and your opponent chooses all the cards in your hand, shuffles them into your deck, and draws 3 cards. So puts them down to 3 cards. Absolutely insane. And triple attack, triple strike, just goodness. Another key card you're abusing off of this is All Cost Vegeta. So All Cost Vegeta is a turn 4, so you can either hard cast it or play it with World Peace. Again, you can potentially play it with World Peace for free if you don't need to go for the triple strike and all that kind of stuff. Or the triple attack, the triple attack. And it's just super nice. When you play this card, draw 1 card and then choose one of your energy and switch to active mode. pretty nice. So, if you do happen to play it for free with World's Peace, when you play this card, you draw a card and untap one of your energy. So, even if you're tapped out for some reason, pretty freaking beautiful. You can get it off if you hard cast this, untap, blah, 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 blah. So, it's still worth playing either way. Activate main. Once per turn, you can choose 2 cards in your life and add them to your hand. This card gains 3,000 energy for each, or gains 3,000 power for each energy you have in your, and if you have 5 or more energy, choose one of your opponent's battle cards, KO it, and this card gains triple strike for the duration of the turn. So it's triple strike, triple attack. Are you seeing a theme? I'm kind of seeing a theme. So, all of these are deadly in their own right. Okay, but what would make them worse? Giving them crit. So another target for Monster Reborn is your Shenron Figure of Majesty. This is a starter deck exclusive. Turn 4, hard cast it, reborn from the graveyard, do whatever you need to. Its third effect is choose one of your choose your leader or one of your battle cards. It gains plus 5,000 in crit for the duration of the turn. So you stack your board out, you kind of you handle the field, and then you go in for the big win at the end. Giving any of these guys crit plus their triple strike plus their triple attack are just absolutely bonkers nutty. This is kind of like the weakest link in the equation, but if you can pull it off, you just pull off some nice solid victories. Like, you pretty much know you won the game if you can get this plus any one of these on the field. So, like I said, you're abusing World's Peace. You have your standard blue package. You're running 4 Sensu Beans, and then the thing with this deck is because World Peace requires you to, if your lead card is Shenron, choose 1 battle card in your drop area with cost equal to or less than the energy your current energy, and play it. So that could be tapped energy. It could be it just counts all of your energy, which is sick. So you want to get to these big numbers, aka the 7s, and I guess 7s, and there's 5. So you're ramping up to this. You're using 3 copies of Objection, because Objection doesn't hurt because of Dragon Balls. Dragon Balls just completely mitigate your Objection. Then you're playing 3 copies of Whis Resting Attendant. You're only playing 3 of each because obviously you have the consistency of Dragon Balls. You're running a 43 card deck, or 43 card deck. So you only need to run, well, you're running a 50 card deck, but because of Dragon Balls, it's equivalently 43. This just allows you to ramp up and hit this on, like, turn 4 or 5. It's absolutely insane. Pretty nutty if I do say so myself. So you have Sensu Bean, you have all that. You're just running, because you're running the all-cost Vegetas, you are running 2 copies of Super Saiyan Goku. That way you can fuse, you can get a little bit earlier if you don't happen to hit into your energy ramp package. You're also running 2 copies of the turn 5 Gogeta, because it just removes threats from the board, gets rid of pesky commies, not barrier guys, but it gets rid of anything that's just kind of in the way. Just in the way, preventing you from doing what, if they're blocking and they don't have barrier, gets rid of them. If it just pretty much stops whatever your opponent's gonna do. And if you're playing the Gogeta game, if you play your Gogeta second, usually people are only playing 2 copies of Gogeta, so your opponent Gogetas, you Gogeta, they Gogeta, you win. Pretty standard again. It's another nice target. It is a double strike, so double strike plus triple attack plus potentially crit with Shenron Majesty. Still just as deadly of a combo. And you draw when you attack with this. Absolutely insane. So the rest of the deck is really just a mix mesh package of things to handle things. So you have 2 copies of Dark Power Masked Black Saiyan. Black Masked Saiyan. So these are just this kind of handles like free blockers, anything summoned with weird effects. Just kind of plays around with and tinkers with those. Kind of makes them not worth playing, or they take a lot of damage when they do play them, so it's pretty nice. And more, it's black cards. You're playing 2 copies of Crisis Crusher. Again, same kind of thing. You're playing this for against swap decks. You're playing this against that kind of stuff, and it just kind of handles some of the decks that might give this deck a bit of a problem. The side deck's full of these kind of cards too. Also, if you get into late game, you have 3 copies of Dragon Fist Super Saiyan 3. When this card attacks, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, return it to the owner's hand. And then choose 2 of your energy and switch into active mode. Pretty nice. Again, he has barrier. He gets rid of things with barrier, so this is good against the Android deck. You kind of play it with Child's Wish, give it triple attack, give it, like, you know what I mean? This can become an end gamer and get rid of their pesky barriers. Another thing against our locals does have a handful of Android players in it, so he played pretty strong against the Androids. So these are against the Androids, stuff like that. I believe, and these are against the Androids. So Dragon Raider are super good against Androids, anything that discards anything like that, because after you do your Dragon Balls, obviously the deck has 7 Dragon Balls. We're just gonna kind of throw that out there real quick. You know what it is. All 7 regular balls. Dragon Raider just says, okay, you sell me down to 3, or you Gogeta me down to 3. Hopefully I either pull into a Dragon Radar or whatnot if you Gogeta me, or I keep a Dragon Radar if you sell me, and then I turn 1 card into 2 cards, and that could turn me into more cards and stuff like that. So, the ability of Dragon Radar is just super nutty, plus the black card, because there is crazy the time, especially you'll see it in the last game, where he was actually able to go, I believe he either had, I think he had Gogeta on board. Either Gogeta or all-cost Vegeta, I think it might have actually been all-cost Vegeta. He summons that, removes the 7 Dragon Balls to give it triple strike, and then he removes the rest of the black cards for Demigra, and just, like, completely eats the rest of their hand, and says, I win. So Dragon Radar kind of helps with those little extra dig deep plays. You're running 4 copies of Weeze's Coercion, again, just to kind of help you live as long as you need to, because again, this deck does get the higher turns, and if you don't hit all of your energy ramping, it kind of... But, obviously, it proved well, because it did take the event. And we play 4 copies of the new Sparking Trunks Super Combo. So, yeah, that was the deck that took first place at the Angels and Gods event. Like I said, this weekend you will be seeing the footage from the event. Pretty excited about that, so make sure to stay tuned and hit that subscribe button if you want to actually see this deck in action. You'll see it in the finals. Like actually against an Android player, so that's a pretty interesting matchup. And all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so there's also another event going on this Sunday, I believe, so we'll be streaming that as well if you want to head over to twitch.tv and check that out so you can catch it live, or it'll be up on my YouTube channel a week later. And then we have, at the end of the month, we have the BCC Cup, so stay tuned for all of that. We have pack openings and stuff for the rest of the week, and maybe some Duel Links and all that kind of stuff if any of that tickles your fancy. Like I said, check out the t-shirts, the hoodies, anything like that over at Teespring. There's lots of links down in the description to check out our Twitch, our Twitter, our Facebook, all of that talks about all the things we do with events for bottom dollar, videos, stuff like that. I will see you guys in the next episode. Have a great day. Peace.